Who are you two?
I am Rafaela. I am 23 years old and I'm Italian from Calabria.
So I'm Christian. I'm American, and I'm 23 years old, and I reside in Germantown, Maryland.
What's the relationship between the two of you?
So we've been talking for 3 months. I'll say now we're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, so we have been together roughly more or less for about 3 years, and we are officially boyfriend and girlfriend in a
Okay.
long distance relationship. Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
It was in 2017 during my American Studies class. Christian was there as a guest with the University of Rochester, and I was there doing my class. And my professor started to include the American students in our class. So they started asking questions. Christian asked the question, I answered at the microphone, and apparently that's when he saw me for the first time, and that's the first time we met. But not that was not the first time we talked. We just met there.
Yeah, so then after this encounter, she caught my attention, and I really wanted to get to know her. More on the friendship side, and if something were to happen, then perfect. And so eventually, we met officially at a party. We danced a little bit, and then we kept in contact ever since that day.
You guys are now living a long distance relationship, and what do you think is the most difficult part of it?
Living in a long distance relationship is not easy at all for several reasons. One of the reasons why can be that, of course, is the physical absence of your partner. But secondly, I'd say being far away from a community of people who can actually understand the situation you're living in, because long distance relationships are not as common as standard relationships. So whenever something comes up, it's kind of hard to find somebody who really understands you and can support you. So in that, or even enjoy things with you. So in that sense, those are the I'd say the two the main problems. Let's say.
Yeah, I would have to agree with Rafael on this. I would also wish to add that long distance relationships, we are generally faced with the issues of time zones. For us, and specifically, it's 6 hours. So when I'm waking up, it's already her afternoon, and so we have to have that adjustment. She goes to bed at roughly my 6 o'clock p.m., and so it's hard. That.
And what do your families think of these relationships?
Well, it was a roller coaster. I remember at the beginning they were like scared and they thought I was doing something crazy in talking with somebody who was living so far away from me. But then after they met Christian in person the first time, everything started to be smoother. And nowadays, like today, they actually adore him and he is literally part of the family. So yeah, my family loves it.
Yeah, so my family, they're very, very supportive with our situation. They adore Rafaela, and my parents are pretty conservative. I'll say they're a pretty conservative Latino family. But once they met Rafa, they love her, and she gets well with my family, so they're on board 100%.
Rafaela, imagine Christian wasn't here. Give me two aspects of his personality you like.
His kindness. He is very generous and he tends to help the people he loves a lot. So that's definitely something I appreciate about him because it makes me feel safe when we're together.
And Christian,
And
what same thing backwards?
Sure. So for me, I have to say I adore Rafa's sense of humor. She's hilarious, and it's a very wide range. And I also adore that she's very loving with her family.
Now the wrong side of the other person.
he doesn't really think a lot before doing things. So he would just go for something without even thinking about it. And sometimes that makes trouble.
Sure. So one thing that I've noticed about Rafa is that she's very emotional, very passionate. So let's say she's loving, but on the other side, if something doesn't go right, she will let you know immediately. Yes.
How long have you actually been together since the first time you actually saw each other?
I'd say 3 years. In different ways, but yes, 3 years. We've been talking every single day.
So when is the last time you got the chance to physically be together?
It was March the 21st.
Yeah. So the last day I ever got to hold and see Rafa was March 21st, and this was at the airport as I was dropping her off, and it was a very difficult time.
How does this make you feel?
Not being together for so long is not only emotionally painful, but sometimes it gets to physical pain. It makes me feel hopeless and kind of empty. It makes me feel kind of needy too, for the most part. And every day, I literally wake up with the thought of, I'm missing something. There's something that is not clicking the right way in my life. So it's something that, from emotional and mental, psychological pain, just evolves in physical pain in absence.
So I'll say, from having her living here, being able to go, see her in like less than 30 minutes whenever I really wanted to, and going to that to not being able to see her, and I won't be able to see her until who knows when. Truly, that pain is something that I'm not able to cope with. This is someone who I see my future with, and not being able to see her is devastating. Absolutely.
Exactly. What is the problem between you guys and the chance of of holding your hands again? Like, I know we all know COVID happened
Yeah.
around February and March this year, but what's still, making it possible for you to meet up?
So because of COVID, I had to come back to Italy from the United States. And since that, Italy, my country, but even the United States, have settled some restrictions, even in terms of traveling. So my country is closed for every American who wants to come here. Now, there are some exceptions, a few exceptions, like medical concerns or in case you have your husband or wife in that country, or for professional trips. But the travel ban that has been created between our countries is not allowing me to see Christians since March. Yes.
Yeah, so Europeans also are not allowed to enter our country, and due to the fact that Rafa had to leave, she's no longer allowed here. So that has created a barrier where I'm legally not allowed to go and see her because I don't meet these exclusions or exceptions, I would say. And she, doesn't meet any either. And so this is the actual problem. We're not allowed to see each other.
Did you ask the authorities about this issue you're facing?
We did. So we've been sending emails to the police, to certain politics. We've been trying to get in contact to members of the European Parliament, European Commission. So nowadays, we have been able to reach some of them, but the thing is, the restrictions are being interpreted in different ways. So, for example, when you go to the customs, when you travel, even police officers themselves, they are interpreting the travel restrictions in kind of a personal way.
Yes. So I've been constantly talking to the Italian embassy here in Washington D.C. I've been calling the agency for visas. I've also been tweeting and retweeting to certain politicians as well, both in the EU and specifically in the Italian government.
I suppose you guys are not the only two that are facing this kind of issue Did you find comfort anywhere in the meantime? Did you find any association or groups?
Yes, we are part of the group Love is Not Tourism, which is only one of the several ones we're part of, actually, on Facebook. And from there, there are a lot of other smaller groups have been created on WhatsApp, Twitter, and several other social media. So yes, we are part of this kind of association, I would say now.
What does this movement do?
Consistently, what they do is they try to reach out and promote that love is not tourism. Everyone in this group has a significant other in a country that they're not able to go visit for various reasons. And so what this group does is they highlight the issue that love is essential, and they inform all of these politicians, and they bring light to this problem for us.
Since you guys both joined the group, did something actually change?
Well, yes, I'd say since we joined the group, of course, we found somebody who was able to give us suggestions and pieces of advice or information. So we found a really good resource in terms of information. Also, we are bonding with these people, and we are all working together to find a way to represent ourselves in front of institutions so that they can actually see what the problem is, acknowledge it, and then try to help this binational and married people who have been apart for several months.
Christian, is Rafaela the only reason why you should come to our country in the next couple of months?
So she is one of the biggest reasons as to why I would go, and I'm trying to go to Italy for these upcoming months. The other reason is that I'm trying to continue my education, and the plan is to continue my education while being with her in Italy.
So are you guys planning on studying at the same university?
Yes, the plan was to start our master's degrees together here at the same university so that we could also share an apartment.
What made you fall in love with an American, and what has made you fall in love with an Italian?
You go first.
Alrighty. So ultimately, what won me over was the Italian food. No, I'm kidding. So generally speaking, getting to know this person and seeing how just full of life, how genuine she was, and just how loving of a person she can be, and seeing how that transcended into every person she'd meet, including myself, was just breathtaking, and she's truly one of a kind.
What made me fall in love with an American was that is every day is a new discovery. It's really nice to get to know new points of view, and with Christian I can be myself, and that's something that had never happened to me while I was in Italy, because we're so different that I am not ashamed of who I am, and it's a lot easier to be free with each other in that sense. There's no judgments.
How would you explain to someone who doesn't believe in long distance relationship how you can keep it up?
Well, we do, like, just a recent example. Yesterday, I was at the beach, and I thought it would have been nice to bring Christian with me. So during a video call, I was just sitting on the sand, and we were listening to music together during our video call. And he was a little stressed out, so I made him look, the landscape, and we were listening to music together. This kind of things help us to still feel, that we can share things together, still make memories, and a lot of times we hold on the memories we have made so far.
Yeah. So ultimately, it's something that both parties must hold highly. And I'm a firm believer that if two people truly, truly do love each other, then anything's possible. And we're a living testimony for this. We've been doing this for three years. This year we were supposed to spend the entire year together. Unfortunately, we only got 5 months. We had plans to spend in the States together, and that got cut short. But we're still here, and we're still willing to fight for each other. So
say something to someone who's watching this interview.
So whoever's watching, guys, we're here, and we're doing this for you. So ultimately, stay in there. And oops, I don't know.
So a message for every person who's watching us now. If you're living a long distance relationship like us now, and if you are part of that group of unmarried binational couples, we are not giving up. I know we are in this together. I hope institutions will acknowledge this problem, and I hope the Italian government will start to do it like Denmark, like the Netherlands, like Austria, and like Norway. They opened up to all those unmarried binational couples so that they could keep building their future together again, because you guys are stopping us from having a future together, and time is not gonna be given back to us anytime soon. So just acknowledge that if you can.
Say bye to everybody.
Arrivederci.
Bye-bye.